So today we are playing a game called Rend. This is a new survival game that's coming out pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly how far away this game is to release, but it looks to have a bit of promise. Now this is like a fantasy survival game. It's like Ark mixed with fantasy elements from like an MMO, if you think of like Ark combined with World of Warcraft. And it's a pretty interesting concept. I think it's the developers have tried to emphasize team gameplay in this. So you start at your starter zone, which is your faction zone. There's 3 factions, and you start in the same area as everyone else. Now, I haven't played too much of this game to know exactly how much you expand from there, but so far it seems like this is very highly emphasized, because I haven't been able to get past this area yet. But as you guys would have seen in those first clips, it's got all those crafting elements, all those grind elements, the farming elements of what you'd come to expect from a survival game, but it's mixed in with a fantasy environment. So it's a pretty interesting concept. I think it's pretty cool. You've got like a spell book as well, so obviously you can learn spells down the track, and you've got your crafting menus too. Personal crafting, so your stone axe, bolts, bows, all that sort of stuff, all the things that we come to expect from a survival game. But it looks like a different sort of take on things, slightly. So it seems pretty cool. I gotta say, the game runs well and it looks like it's very intricate, so I think it's gonna have a lot of promise. I wonder how the faction element will work, because it's gonna force people to join a faction and force people to work with other players, which the other players can steal your stuff currently. So if you leave stuff in this area over here, other players can just access it. So I'm not sure how it's gonna work, and you can team kill your own faction as well at the moment. So I'm not too sure how that's gonna work down the track, but I'm sure the developers will have a plan for it, because I think what they want to emphasize is making this game fair, so that people don't get outnumbered by zergs and things like that. I think that's the reasoning for it. Got these random... oh, this has got cooked meat in it. Random campfires around the place. I haven't learned how to craft a campfire yet, so whenever I find a campfire, it's a good thing. But this is just going to be your first impressions of the game. Obviously, I'm a noob to it. I'm a scrub. And you guys can learn a bit with me if you want. Or you can find someone who's played the game for ages, which won't be too many people. But I do want to thank the developers for giving me early access to check it out, because this game's been on my radar for a long time. And there's another game that I'm pretty keen to see as well, which is Dark and Light. So I think these fantasy survival games are going to be a big thing in the coming months. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. Right now my job is to look for some arrows. I'm trying to work on crafting arrows. So what I've seen in the trailer is that this home base here can get attacked at a certain time by AI, so big AI monsters come and attack it. So I think this game's going to be a lot of PvE. I just hope it's got a lot of PvP as well. I gotta say, it does look beautiful. Like, the game definitely looks pretty amazing. I like the art style of it. It's very reminiscent of like your World of Warcraft and things like that, which is a good thing. I used to be a huge World of Warcraft fan, played it for very long back in the day. So I'm excited to see where this game goes. And if the PvP is good, it's going to be good fun. So I don't know where these structures originally come from, but I think the faction area might start with these here. So you've got your different crafting stations. And you can craft all your base components, but I'm not sure if you can put them anywhere except inside this base here with the shield. So it's going to be interesting to see. So you've got the invention area here, tinkering table. I'm not sure what all this stuff does, but I think this is for getting high level stuff. So you can make a sturdy stone axe. Oh, okay, so I should make this tool handle. If I make this, I'll be able to make the next part of it and upgrade. Now I can make a sturdy stone axe. I might make the sturdy stone pick to start with, because there is durability on this game. There we go. So unit damage does 3 per hit, but it does less than this one. So I don't know why. It does less damage than the standard stone pick, but it's early access, I guess. It's pre-early access, to be honest. We need more fibre for the stone arrows. Fibre twine. So there is actually personal stashes here too, so can actually get a personal stash. Oh, someone's dropped some fiber twine here, so that's handy. We'll take that. So hopefully this is the ammo we need for the bow, maybe. Yep. So this is what we need for the bow. Make some bolts as well. Might craft these actually, because the crossbows are really good for shooting. They do a lot of damage, as you can see there. That's pretty cool. So I think with the PvP elements of this, it's going to be pretty skill based, because there is a bit of skill and recoil to these compound bows, which is pretty cool. And the normal bows, just as you'd expect, but this is the thing that let me down in Conan's Exiles, was the poor bow play in PvP. So if this game does PvP really well, I think it's going to be awesome. So it does actually have a leveling system, this game. And it looks like when you level up, you learn new things, obviously. So now I've learned how to make the invention building tier 1. And I think I can choose a talent. So there's a talent system. So you can be an assassin, a soldier, a survivalist, or a mystic. Each with different benefits, of course. So I think I like the, it was assassin. Gives you more stamina and more headshot damage. So we're going to go the assassin. And then level 1, assassin number 1, you can increase your sprint speed. And stamina's drain rate by 10% per rank, which is pretty good. Because stamina's a painful thing. So there's a lot of stuff in this. Obviously there's a spellbook, faction technology tree. I'm not even sure like what goes into all this stuff. But needless to say, there's a lot of different things in this game. And it's going to take a long time to get used to and get your head around. So it actually looks like recipes are unlocked by doing certain things. So if I kill a certain amount of wildlife here, that's how I learn the makeshift bow. So it's all starting to make sense now. So if I keep chopping enough lumber, I get a personal stash. Faction personal stash. So it's definitely a team-based game. I don't know if there's going to be individual base building in this game, to be honest. It's going to be interesting to see. So you learn them by doing certain things. So when you start the game, you're going to want to make your wood axe and your pickaxe. And you want to just hit as many trees as you can until you can learn campfire. That's going to be a really helpful thing to learn. And you also want it because then you can make the makeshift bow. Or you want to hunt wildlife so you can make the makeshift bow as well. And you got to be careful at night time in this game. Because spooky wizards come out. So your first mission in Rend is pretty much to collect fiber, berries, harvest trees, find the flint, and just keep chopping trees and chopping stones and harvesting that and killing animals to level up. Then you'll start to learn more skills and it'll sort of snowball from there. So I'm going to sort of leave it there for the first impressions, and this gives you guys sort of just a quick glimpse of what to expect from this game and possibly what it's going to be like. If you guys want to see more gameplay, make sure to smash a like and let me know in the comments. But I've got a lot of hope for this game, and I just hope it delivers on what it promises, and I hope that the factions don't limit the amount of PvP you can have on this game. That's my only concern at this stage. But apart from that, it looks so beautiful. Can't wait.